Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Hannibal reaction to Short Live. I'm an Miss Man. Hello. So, last time on Hannibal, what's happening? So, Will killed that one guy, the furry guy with the mech suit. So Hannibal sent them on Will, let him loose, and created a situation where one of them would have to kill the other, and Will ended up killing him. This is something I didn't immediately think about, probably. I don't remember if I did, but I don't think I talked about it. But now I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, he brought the body to Hannibal's office instead of like calling like Jack. Which to me sounds like he wants to dispose of the body. And he's like, alright, Hannibal's gonna help me dispose of the body. Because he did kill a person. And he is a civilian. But at the same time, I think you could like get away with it. Like, I think that if you call your friend FBI and be like, hey, the serial killer that I was helping you investigate with a giant murder machine furry suit broke into my house and I shot him with a shotgun, I think he'd be like, all right, that was self-defense. I feel like that would be justified. Like, you can make a case for like, all right, it was just some dude. But the fact that it was a dude who broke inside your house by bursting out of the window like a fucking Kool-Aid man with the giant animal killer suit, I feel like at that point you would be like, all right, you know, like, all right, that's fair. Self-defense it is. But he just went straight to Hannibal. Now, why was that? I swear to God, if this show just does this thing of like, no, we just had that in order to have the cool moment at the end to be like, we're even. I'd be like, that's so dumb. I love it. But yeah, we'll see if he wants to like hide the body or whatever. But sure. The other guy, I think Peter, he was not behind bars, but he was in like a mental institution or something. He had a mouse named Kevin. It was cool. Hannibal is dealing with the other woman, Haarute, not even the heiress, because she's the sister of the dude who is the heir to the meat company or whatever. And she talked to Will, and they all, well, I feel like kind of got to the conclusion of like, oh, you want to turn every person you come across into a murderer. I see, you enjoy corruption. So we'll see where that goes. Oh fuck, I just remember I had this conversation with my friend the other day, and I wanted to show it because we came across to a moment of enlightenment of yeah. Anyway, so we're getting close to the finale. Will is getting corrupted, but also at the same time he's realizing that Hannibal just enjoys corruption or whatever. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, Patreon, I forgot about that. So check out the Patreon. There should be a pop-up on screen, link in the description. You can watch up to 2 early access episodes, so the next 2 episodes are already up there, as well as full-length reactions. So yeah, if you're into that, cool. Alright, so Hannibal, Season 2, Episode 10. Let's go. Every time I see this fucking thing, it's so fucking funny. Beat it to death with your bare hands, because that feels better. So my question is this real, or was this just him beating up that kid from previous episode? He's gonna take out that stuff. Oh. Okay, it was the kid. So he didn't even shoot him with a shotgun. He beat him up with his bare hands. How did he overpower him? I'm sorry, how the fuck did he do that? He had this furry mech suit. How the fuck did Will win that fight?
It was intimate.
I really think this show is just gonna be... It's just gonna end with like, I don't know, Hannibal getting caught, but then Will is just gonna continue to do Hannibal's work. And Will's just gonna be Hannibal too.
When you killed Randall, did you fantasize you were killing me?
100%.
Never felt as alive as I did when I was killing him.
That is scary.
And you owe Randall to your debt. How will you repay him?
Did you pose his body? Like the way Hannibal does it? Okay. Huh. First of all, that's sick. Second, I love how unfazed by anything Jack is. He literally just walked in and he was like, alright, I see. Oh my god, we gotta do this shit again. This could be bad though. They could trace this back to Will and be like, wait, Will was the Chesapeake Ripper? Damn it! They're gonna be like, well, maybe the Chesapeake Ripper's two people.
Fine.
We're investigating Will's murder.
He's mocking him. This isn't disdain. He's commemorating him.
This is my becoming. This is my design.
Oh, that's great! The entire fucking show, he's been saying this is my design because he keeps thinking back to the killer. But now that it's finally him, he says this is my design. And he means it.
This is a fledgling killer. He's never killed before. Not like this.
Not like this. No.
You were so certain the Chesapeake Ripper was Hannibal Lecter, you tried to kill him.
You neglected to say allegedly.
No, I didn't.
I was wrong about him. That's what's up with that.
Maybe you weren't.
Girl?
Dr. Chilton was a woeful surgeon, dangerous even.
I've been chatting with some of his old medical school chums. They say he fled to psychiatry to avoid embarrassment.
She actually found something out that no one else did.
Do you really think Dr. Chilton killed Abigail Hobbs? I don't. I will never let that go.
Is Freddie Lounge displaying some sort of care?
Papa's will was very clear. Upon the passing of his beloved son Mason, in the absence of a legitimate male heir, the sole beneficiary shall be the Southern Baptist Convention.
Alright, I see. That kind of family.
What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I want.
He looks like he came out of Zoolander.
You built a maze. I shudder to think.
I feel like Stradivarius
She's gonna throw him in there.
is experienced in this field. He actually fed a man to pigs in Tuscany 20 years ago.
That's one of my suits.
Yes.
I'll buy you a new one.
You're dressing the meat like her.
Making Papa proud. It's about us. It's about family.
I can't wait for this guy to die. I hope it's this episode.
I'm all you have.
I can't wait for the pigs to eat him. I can't wait for her to just hook him and throw him in there. Never mind the broken glass window.
Feel the vibration moving through you.
Okay, we keep cutting from one scene to the other. Is Will gonna fuck Margot?
You have to listen very carefully to what you're creating.
I'm listening.
I'm just focusing on reading text here.
Who did this to you?
Brother. Maybe she's into that. Okay, I see. For a second I thought he was gonna see the Stagman. Fucking blackface in Matt Mikkelsen. That's what I thought he was gonna see. Yes! I really wanted him to picture himself fucking the Stagman though. Oh, he's picturing the Stagman fucking Elena. Which is happening, so... Turns her back to Will, goes to Hannibal. And now Will's alone. Is the power of love gonna compel him to stop being a dick? I mean, at this point, maybe he committed too hard.
Bill Graham was right about Hannibal Lecter.
Woohoo!
And I was right about Will Graham.
Oh-ho.
I'm not having this.
Frey Lance is the most right person in the show. I cannot believe this. The only reason Will is Hannibal gonna kick him in?
Since I'm paying for Margot's therapy, I thought I should, at the very least, meet her psychiatrist.
I enjoy putting a face to the name.
Oh my god. He got really unlucky with the psychiatrist that he chose.
She's pathological. I'm sure she's told you horrible things that I've done.
I can't tell you what Margot's confessed to me. Fortunately for you, I can't tell anyone.
Got me.
Will just never looks happy. Will has never looked happy in this show.
Patient and therapist, friend and enemy.
We know where we are with each other. Shouldn't that be enough?
Better the devil you know.
I hate this mellow wine. I really do hate it. Anyway, what are we doing? Who's dead? This sounds like a... Okay! So someone just died or someone is about to die. Is this Freddie Lounce's house? Or apartment or whatever? Oh. That's the body armor that the dude had. And Will has that in his barn. And the body armor of the dude is displayed in here. Which means that Will is 100% the killer. Which means that Freeland's gonna die. Yep. That's intimidating. Well, now what? I don't know if Will would be capable of killing her. He could, honestly.
Can't let you go, Freddy. Until you've heard what I have to say. Give me the gun.
I mean, I was sure she was gonna shoot him. She was using her phone. Will's there. Yep. She called Jack Crawford.
Freddie Lounge left me that message 3 hours ago.
Get them triangulate back
Someone is
to...
dead now. Last call was traced to the nearest phone tower in Wolf Trap, Virginia.
Which is close to his house.
I live in the middle of nowhere, Jack. If someone wanted to take her, it's not a bad place to do it.
What's the meat?
What do you think?
Pork, perhaps.
She was a slim and delicate pig.
Jesus. I feel like this escalated, like, really quickly. By the way, they absolutely should be able to circle on Will immediately as the guilty party. He has so much evidence in his fucking house and barn.
This animal tastes frightened.
What does frightened taste like?
Well, like this. I just told you.
You can't reduce me to a set of influences. I'm not the product of anything. I've given up good and evil for behaviorism.
Then you can't say that I'm evil.
You're destructive. Same thing.
Storms are evil, if it's that simple. Underwriters lump it all under acts of God.
He loves bringing up God. Creepy smile. A little bit. Did that transition into Hannibal's face for a second? So the end of the episode? It is. Alright, that was the episode. I cannot believe we have one more season of this show. Okay, I have no idea where the show is going to go. Because, like, here's the thing, right? First season is like, alright, Hannibal's gaslighting and fucking Will over. Then the second season starts and it's like, alright, Will is being framed, but then he gets saved or whatever. And he's like, it's fucking Hannibal. Nobody believes him. So then eventually Will is just like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna eat people. It wasn't that radical, but that's essentially what happened. Like that's the thing. Is that the leaps in logic on paper are leaps in logic. A little bit. But if you're watching the show, it makes more sense. Because Hannibal keeps saying weird shit. You keep thinking weird shit. And then eventually, you just eventually end up reaching the... Fuck it, I guess I'll just eat people. I'll kill and eat people. Whatever, man. I don't give a fuck anymore. Here's the thing, though, is that, like... They must bring this up, like, next episode. The only reason why they didn't bring it up this episode is because they wanted to have this thing of, like, Will and Hannibal just fucking chilling and eating food together, and they're eating people or whatever. Like, and this is something that they have to bring up, like, next episode. And the only reason why I feel like they didn't bring it up this episode is because they wanted to have the dramatic, like, episode ender of, like, Will and Hannibal are eating people and they're just bonding and Will becomes Hannibal or whatever. Like, that was the dramatic end to the episode, right? But I'm pretty sure the next episode, Jack Crawford's gonna be like, alright, what the fuck is going on here? Because, like, there is an overwhelming amount of evidence that points at Will. It's like, this was right next to your house. If we go to your house, we'll just find people. We'll just straight out find pieces of people, maybe pieces of her. Or, and the broken window, and just, like, there were gunshots as well. They can find, like, gunshot wounds in like the structure of the barn. They'll find the furry suit on the barn. Why did Will even display that there? I don't know. He just should have just put it in a crate or something. But, like, the point is that there's an overwhelming amount of evidence on Will, and Jack already is suspecting Will immediately. So it would make sense for him, and Will shouldn't have had time to like hide everything, because she literally called him when the event was happening, and Will must have had to do a lot in order to, like, hide everything. But this show operates in the rules where shit just happens and you just gonna have to accept it. So if the show wants to say, oh, Will hid everything, maybe he called Hannibal and he helped him hide everything with his magical powers where he's able to do anything when no one's looking, sure, we can just say that that's what happened. Here's the other thing, though. Here's the other thing. Did Will kill Freddy Lounds? So the show could theoretically be doing this thing where they go like, oh, Will is pretending to turn into a Hannibal 2.0 in order to gain Hannibal's trust, and then he can get him, and he'll get him good, right? I don't know if that's the case, though. I might be having a little bit too much faith in Will Graham here, honestly. Because, okay, so if they decide to do that and then psych you out at the end, just like, ha! You thought Will was evil. He's not. He's just morally gray because that's the only way you can defeat Hannibal, you know? Like, it could be something like that. Because even if he didn't kill her, he kidnapped her and, like, threw him into a hole and just taped her mouth shut and was like, okay, listen, I have to do this to get closer to Hannibal. I'll just buy some pig meat or whatever. Long pig. What was it? I don't know. And I'll just lie to him and he'll think that we're eating you and he'll trust me. And then we're going to get him. He could do something like that. That said, he did already kill the one dude, Randall Tier. He did already kill that one dude, and he displayed his body. And he kept parts of his body, even. Why did he keep the body parts? I'm wondering about that. You could, like, dispose of it. You could burn them. You could bring them to Hannibal, and he'll dispose of them. Why did you take the body parts with you? I mean, I'm assuming he took the body with him, and then in his barn, he, like, fucked with it, and then he put it into, like, the statue or whatever. So he kept the body parts that were left because of that. should dispose of that. Or should have given them to Hannibal to dispose of them for you. Like, I don't see why he would have them. That just sounds incriminating. Also, why did he have the furry mech suit in display too? That also sounds like, because he straight up had it in display. It was like on a hook in the middle of the room. It was like, I understand you don't want anyone to show up in your barn. It's locked, so nobody theoretically should. You feel pretty safe, but still. Just put it into like a crate or a box or something, man. I do not know 100%. I cannot say with 100% certainty that Will Graham is Hannibal 2.0. He could be faking it. I think that possibility is really low, though. I think we're straight up in the Will Graham corruption arc. But here's the thing. If we go down this route, I don't know where the fuck the show's gonna go. Because, like, I said it, there's like a full season and a couple episodes left. Like, there's a couple episodes to end season 2. It's like 3 episodes, I think. This was 10. There's at least 3 more. And then there's another full season, which I think is also 13. Where the fuck is the show gonna go, though? After we already corrupted Will Graham. Because yes, we can say like, okay, they become buddies and then they just start killing people and eating people and fun gags. But it's like, how long can you keep that up though? And we already know that Jack Crawford gets to Hannibal within the season. So what the fuck is season 3 gonna be? Like, that's mainly the reason why I keep thinking that maybe Will is faking this. And he's doing some morally gray, dubious stuff, but he's not 100% on Hannibal's side. That's the main reason why I keep thinking that. Because there's too many episodes left. And I don't know what we're gonna do if he just joins them. He could just join them. But I don't see 16 episodes of just that. Also, because I already know that Jack Crawford confronts him within the season. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here's the thing I was just thinking about. It's that Alana is actually the only person that can maybe do something about this. That can get to them. But she trusts them too much. Well, she trusts Hannibal, not so much Will. But still, like, if she wants to incriminate Will, she has to incriminate Hannibal. Because here's the thing, is that so Freddie Lounge approached Alana and she told Alana what her thoughts were and what her hypothesis was, which was, and it's correct, she's right, is the fact that Hannibal was the Chesapeake Ripper. Will Graham was right about that. But then eventually Will Graham was just like, fuck it, I guess I'll join him then. I don't give a fuck anymore. So she's thinking Will Graham is actually helping Hannibal, and the Chesapeake Ripper is actually like the both of them, kind of. So she tells all of this to Alana, and then she goes and dies. So if you're Alana, and she goes and dies in a way that is super incriminating to Will. So if you're Alana, you should be like, okay, fuck. Like, now I have to think about this. Now I have to be like, okay, sure, she suspected Will could be a killer because he tried to kill Hannibal. But the hypothesis that Freddie Lounge had on her was the fact that Will is only a killer because Hannibal is already a killer and he turned him into one. So Alana, in order for her to point fingers at Will, she needs to accept the reality or possibility that Hannibal Lecter is also a piece of shit. So now we need to rely on Alana. I say this, like, I say we need to, because, like, usually I'm rooting for the good guys. This show might not end well. It literally might just end in like, well, fuck it, we're friends and we're eating people, we're fucking. No homo. And that's it. It could just end like that, honestly. The show could end in this episode, and I feel like you would be like, alright, that's it. Because this episode really feels like the end of the Will corruption arc. Well, yeah, like the corruption ended. He's just already there. So like, I feel like the show could end in this episode, and you'd be like, all right, sure. It's not the best ending, but like, okay, don't picture the episode itself. Picture this on like on paper, like a script, and it's like the story ends with Will having been fully corrupted. He's eating people alongside Hannibal, and they're smiling to each other. There you go. You can see the show ending that way. So this is why I'm so like, where are we going now? So I'm like, okay, Alana is the only person that like can pierce all of this together with Jack. I mean, Jack could pierce all of this together, but Alana is the one that actually talked to Freddie Lounds and knows what Freddie Lounds was thinking about. So that's going to be interesting, because that means that Alana has to stop caring and actually think rationally for like a second. By the way, people have said in the comments in response to me saying like, I don't like what Alana is doing or whatever, and it's the fact that it's like, yes, Alana has had a lot of history with Hannibal in the past, even before the show started, which makes sense. When she's vulnerable, she will rely on him, and she already kind of has feelings for him, so whatever. Sure. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense within the universe, but I'm saying from outside of the universe, the way you're writing this, it feels like Alana is just kind of, she's the ball in like a game of tennis, and it's Hannibal and Will, and she just keeps bouncing between the two main characters. And that's just kind of what Alana is. She hasn't really done much herself yet. And that sits bad with me, because oftentimes you see a female character in a show, and you can tell that this character was secondary to another male character. And it's like, come on. So that's the way Alana felt to me back then. Now I kind of don't care much. Alana hasn't done much yet. But now it feels like they're setting up Alana to actually be an important player coming up here. So we'll see where that goes. So I mean, I'm interested in seeing that. She could die. I said, so before I thought she could die, because it felt like Hannibal was threatening Will with that. But now I feel like she could die because she's important. And she's someone that could expose the truth of the both of them. She accepts it and investigates on it. But also, you can make an argument that she could be the only person to uncover the truth and actually expose them, because she's a person that Will cares about, and maybe even Hannibal cares about a little bit. So maybe she is their weak point. There you go. That would make sense. Anyway, so yes, we met the brother of the like cattle factory, whatever the fuck, murdering, slaughtering pigs. He looks like a character out of Zoolander. I'm gonna be honest. He just looks like Mugatu. I can't wait for them to just throw him into the slaughtering pig thing, and they eat him alive, and then he gets fucked. That's it. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like that absolutely has to happen. And if it doesn't, I will be a little bit surprised, mostly disappointed. But I'm just waiting for that to happen. I just want this dude to die. Will fuck this other girl. What's her name? Margot, something like that. The sister. Oh my god. Every time they show the Stagman, I think that's what it's called, the Stagman, the black facing Matt Mikkelsen with the horns. Stagman. Okay, so it's funny that he sees him while he's having sex. Like, he can't even escape from it then. And then he pictures the Stagman sleeping with Alana, which is actually happening. By the way, I like how I could tell that this was a sex scene before it even started, because it started with Hannibal and Alana, and then it went to Will and this girl, Margot, and then it went to Hannibal and Alana again, and I was like, okay, this is a sex scene, and they're just going to do this back and forth over and over for like a couple minutes, and they did, and it was uncomfortable. But it shows that Will cares about her a little bit, maybe, and he feels like, man, I lost her, and she's fucking with this with blackface and Matt Mikkelsen. The fact that Will killed Randall with his bare hands because it feels more intimate and better, instead of just shooting him with the shotgun. I call bullshit on that, by the way. How did Will overpower the giant Fury with a mechanical suit that murdered like multiple people by just tearing them apart? How did Will win that battle? I call bullshit on that. There's no way he should have. But fuck it, this is Hannibal. Reality doesn't make sense here. But yeah, bullshit power escalation. That makes no sense. If the show had like... No, I don't know if the show could go faster. I mean, it could. If it had less weird shit and more to the point scenes, it would go faster. But like, I'm not even surprised that this is where Will is in right now, because of the fact that like a season ago, I was like, okay, this is probably the way it's gonna go. And now we're here. So now what I want to happen is for them to dial it back and Will to be like, actually, because like, that's the other thing. Will could be like, I'm playing him. This is fake. I'm not actually his buddy. He does a heel turn at the end. Or he could do this thing where he is on his side. He is becoming Hannibal 2.0 and there are going to be buddies. But then eventually he's like, you know what? No, what the fuck am I doing? This is wrong. Like because of Atlanta or something. He's like, no, fuck this. I'm fuck you, Hannibal. I'm not going to be a cannibal anymore. And Hannibal's like, how could you say that? It could be something like that. I hope it's something like that. I hope it's something like either he's playing him and also the audience because he's doing it. If it's gonna be like, psych, I never killed that woman. Whoa! If he says something like that, it would play the audience because like I actually am not expecting Will to say something like that. So if he does, I'm like, sure, that's crazy. Or he could be like, actually, I realize now that killing and eating people is wrong. So fuck you, Hannibal. So maybe he could do something like that because of Atlanta or whatever. That would be fun. But yeah, I'm just struggling to think where the show is gonna go for the next 16 episodes. So yeah, anyway, I think that's it for this episode of Hannibal. Thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Hannibal. If you would like to watch the next 2 reaction videos to Hannibal, you can do so over at Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that. We also have full-length episodes. Yeah, check out social media, my Twitch channel, all that cool stuff, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.